There we go. PS VR2. And there we go. We have the core box. Alright, we open it up. Very first thing we have inside of it are the headphones that connect to the headsets, the instruction guides, and then we also have the USB cable in order to connect. We also have the new grip handles. These are haptic handles, so not only is it going to give you a better feel, but it's also going to give you better gameplay to go along with it. So we have two of those that come inside of it. And then, of course, is the headset. Now, the main difference with the headset versus the first one is the fact that it has even better eye shielding, has eye tracking, and a much better resolution in the on-side screens as well. You also get a nice long cord because this is still a corded device right now. So that's all that comes inside of the overall box. Very simple, very straightforward. So before we start to play the game and set everything up, what we want to first do is actually go through a few of the features. So first, let's start with the headset. So one thing that you'll notice on the headset, it does have the adjuster like the previous VR1 version did have to be able to adjust the setting, as well as be able to move it forward and backward. You also have the cameras, the see-through cameras on the front. I'm definitely interested in seeing how that works out, because this is supposed to give you the ability to not only have it as a game visor, but if you needed to switch the option to be able to see through the see-through mode so you can actually see your surroundings if you had to move or check something on your settings. That's what's on the top and the front of it. On the back of it, you have the adjuster nozzle, just like the first one, which you can tighten and move and contract it in order to fit any various size heads. You also have a nice convenient earphone holder, which I'll flip this over because it's actually a pretty interesting design. When I first opened it up, I thought it was a regular earbuds, but if you can see here, the earbuds itself are standard earbuds, but it has a very interesting and proprietary controller locked together. Has a normal 35mm pin, which sits right in the back, a locking pin to make sure it stays right in place, and then you're just left with the two earbuds at the end of it. Very good design, and when you're done using it, you just kind of plug it into those two side holes, which is a really nice feature to have. Another thing to be, and with the earphones, it does give you a couple replacement in case the other ones there got dirty or broken. On the bottom of it, you have an options button, which gives you a few different functionalities, a power button, and a mic. That nice visor, which is definitely upgraded versus the other one to prevent all light from flowing in, and it's also a much more comfortable nose position. So from a connection standpoint, the connector is a USB-C, and this does have about 9 feet, I believe, I'll have to double check that, of cord. You're supposed to have at least a 6-foot run in order to have space around you. Actually 6 feet 7 inches is what they recommend, and it plugs into the front of the USB-C, which should not interfere with any of the other connectors that you have on the unit. The controllers have a very nice setup, very nice feel. Most importantly is the strap. The strap is directly connected to the unit itself, where before it was just something you had to feed on yourself. Highly recommend that you put on there so when you punch or move, it doesn't actually send the controller flying, damaging the controller or anything around you. On the controllers themselves, where the button placement is very intuitive after I had a chance to look at it a little further. You have the thumbsticks, which are in a very convenient position, your option menus, which are directly to the sides of those, and then they take the 4 buttons that you normally use on the controller, where the other ones you have all 4 on one controller. They split those into the circle and the X being on your right hand, and the triangle and the square being on your left hand. Both have the PlayStation option buttons on it, and then you have the triggers at the top, and where your middle fingers would be is where your R1, L1 triggers would be. So very well thought out. It feels very intuitive to be able to use these. I know that these are both haptic, so I'm very much looking forward to how that gameplay feels along with this and the sensitivity of the controller. We'll give you more details on that when we come back after trying it out. Have the headset on, very convenient fit, has some great options in order to, as we had talked about in the intro, it does have a button here where I can switch right between having the headset on and being able to see through the camera's view, which is really, really convenient not to have to adjust your headset and collect everything. Hand grips are really convenient. Setup was super, super simple. And we're right about to get into the actual play of things now. I was also correct that the camera from the PSVR 1 no longer needed anymore. The 4 buttons that you see up on this camera here,
that's actually what tracks everything. And the mapping and the setup is super simple, very, very convenient. So we're going to step in, see what it's actually like, and get a few reactions for my first time playing PSVR 2. Okay, starting out, we're going to try the new Star Wars Tales from Galaxy Edge. This is really cool. If anyone's been to the Disney World location in Florida for Galaxy's Edge, it feels like I'm there again. So it's a really great crossover.
So there you have it. PSVR 2, absolutely loved every minute of it. Everything was comfortable, it was easy to set up, it was very intuitive. Gameplay was exactly what I expected it to be. High resolution, you felt right there in the experience. Even the setup was enjoyable. It was so incredible. So from a buy it versus try it perspective, for me, this one was definitely a buy. Hope you enjoyed watching this brief tutorial on the PSVR 2 unboxing. Thanks, and have a great day.